Oh, I don't know how many people y'all up woke, but you know, a lot of us Israelites, man, in Israel, man, is doing out here doing this work, man. As you know, a lot of our sleep is afflicted, so a lot of times we be up. We be up when most people be sleep, and we can't get sleep. So it's okay though, because the thing is, man, you know, these prophecies, man, and everything, man, it's so much to take in that a lot of people don't really get it. Like, you know, we need to know what's going to befall us, man. So I'm doing this sit down to bring some stuff to light for you guys, and it's necessary. So what I'm talking about right now is the hour of temptation. I was talking about this when I did my video on Saturday. It's the hour of temptation, and basically what I'm going to bring out, we'll break it all down. You know, this is going to be the second part of the hour of temptation. But I'm going to start at Revelations, and this is Revelation 3 and 8, and it says, "I know thy works. Behold, I have set before thee an open door, and no man can shut it. For thou hast a little strength, and hast kept my word, and hast not denied my name. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews, and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them come and worship before thy feet." So, let me break that first part down for you, okay? It says, "I know thy works. Behold, I have set before thee an open door, and no man can shut it. For thou hast a little strength, and hast kept my word, and hast not denied my name." All right. He said he know our works. He knows what we're out here doing. You know, we're out here pushing this truth, man. We out here doing the work. Okay? So he knows that we're righteous. You know, we're doing the righteous work, so y'all about shooting our shot. And he said, "I have set before thee an open door, which no man can shut it." So the door is open. You know, the door to the kingdom is open for us. You know, as long as we do what is righteous. You know, according to the works that we were set up to do. You know, we get out here and do what we're supposed to do. The only person can shut that door for us is ourselves. Because if we get out here and do sloppy, if we get out here and do what's contrary to what he told us to do, then we fuck our chances up of getting to the kingdom ourselves. So that's what it means, but no man can shut it. It said, "For thou hast a little strength, and hast kept my word, and hast not denied my name." So throughout all of the trials and tribulations, all the stuff that's going on, you know, all the people we have to argue with, you know, we kept the faith. We haven't denied the name of Yahweh Shem Yahushua and the works thereof. We haven't denied any of that. So, and then it says, "Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews, and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee." So basically, what he's telling you, basically, man, is that, you know, we all know we next up for rulership, man. This kingdom is coming to an end, and the kingdom of Yahweh Shem Yahushua is coming. So these devils, man, they're gonna be worshiping at our feet, you know, and this is all through the scriptures. They know it, you know. That's why they're trying to do what they. This is why the Most High granted them this hour of temptation, you know, because it helps both ways. We let them get their last little jollies off, and also it gives us a chance to separate those of us of our people that are not going to follow the law, statutes, and commandments, so they can become the 2/3. So then it says, "Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world, to try them that dwell upon the earth." So the hour of temptation, this devil gonna have free reign to try all of us, you know, to tempt us into doing shit that we shouldn't do, you know, and you got to withstand it, because everything that he tempts you to do is going to be against the law, statutes, commandments of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. So if you do these things, you know, that's going to be your ass. But, you know, you got to endure this. You got to be strong and endure this to the end. So this is what the Most High is talking about, you know. So, and then it says, behold, I come quickly. Hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. So this truth that we got, man, there's a lot of people falling out of the truth. There's a lot of people going on their own understanding. There's a lot of people doing a whole lot of shit, you know. But he's telling you, man, hold fast what you got, you know. You in this truth, keep this truth, stay with it, you know, and just keep the faith, you know. So basically he's telling you, man, and I'm gonna read that part again. It said, behold, I come quickly, hold that fast which thou hast, that no man take thy crown. So, you know, you just stay in the truth and stay in the faith. Don't let nobody take your crown. Don't let nobody cause you to lose your spot in the kingdom, you know. And then it says, him that overcometh will I make a pillar in the temple of my God, and he shall go no more out. And I will write upon him the name of my God, and the name of the city of my God, which is New Jerusalem, which cometh down out of heaven from Yahweh. And I will write upon him my new name. He that hath an ear, let him hear what the Spirit said unto the churches. So these are basically instructions he's given to us out here, man. This is the truth, man. To tell us that, you know, these are words of hope, man. You know, that he's given us because we're gonna go through some terrible and trying times. You know, I just explained to you about the hour of temptation. So, you know these are gonna be some trying times for us. But I'm gonna keep going through it. And it said, and unto the angel of the church of the Laodiceans, write these things, saith, amen, the faithful and true witness, the beginning of the creation of Yahweh. It says, I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would thou wert cold or hot, then because thou art lukewarm, and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth, because thou sayest, I am rich, and increase with goods, and have need of nothing, and knowest not that thou art wretched, and miserable, and poor, and blind, and naked. And basically what that means right there, man, is you got a lot of people out here, man, that feel like they don't need the Most High because they got everything they need in this kingdom, right? And they loving their life in this kingdom. And I'm talking about this is Jake. They loving their life in this kingdom. These superstars, these athletes and shit that's balling out of control. They feel like they don't need God. They might front out their mouth and say, I want to thank God for this and that. They don't thank God because they don't follow law, statutes, commandments. They don't give a damn about Yahweh Shema Shah. So these people, you know, they think because they increase with money and they got this and that, but they don't understand that shit is not, those are not riches. You know, and this is what he said. He said, because thou sayest, I am rich and increase with goods, and have need of nothing, and knowest not that thou art wretched, and miserable, and poor, and blind, and naked. And that's what it means. And then it says, I counsel thee to buy of me gold tried in the fire, that thou mayest be as rich, and white raiment, that thou mayest be clothed, and that the shame of thy nakedness do not appear. So he's telling you, all you people, all you motherfuckers who got paper, who you think y'all don't need the Most High, he advised you to try to become like gold that's tried in the fire, and try to get you a white raiment that only he can give you. You know? Because these are the things that he's going to get an elect. You know, he's going to try us like gold is tried, and refine us as silver is refined. You know? And I've been saying this for a couple of weeks in my videos, and when he does that, you know, that's basically knocking out this corrupted ass flesh that we got. Because we know flesh and blood can't inherit the kingdom. So basically, this is what he's talking about. You know, if you get refined, in the fire, this is what's going to happen. Okay? Now, with that being said, the white raiment comes, when you get your crown. We know this. And so let's keep it going. It said that thou mayest be rich. It says, I counsel thee to buy of me gold tried in the fire, that thou mayest be rich, and white raiment, that thou mayest be clothed, and that the shame of thy nakedness do not appear. Because he's letting you know that you're not rich, and that you are naked in this place, man. No matter what material items you think that you have here. He said that you don't know that you're naked and wretched and poor and blind, and he tell you the only way you can not be these things is through him. So he said, I counsel thee to buy of me gold tried in the fire, that thou mayest be rich. Because they not rich. They think they rich. He said that thou mayest be rich, and white raiment, that thou mayest be clothed, and that the shame of thy nakedness do not appear. And anoint thine eyes with eye salve, that thou mayest see, because he said that their eyes is blind. As many as I love, I rebuke and chasten. Be zealous, therefore, and repent. And he does. He said, as many as he loved, the people that he's favoring, he's not favoring them with material items. So get that shit out your head. We just broke that down just now about people thinking that they got something because they got money or they got this. He's telling you, man, that, the only way you're going to have real wealth is through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Through being righteous and being obedient, under the laws and statutes and commandments that he gave us. So this is how you get that. Let me continue. And it says, like he said, as many as I love, I rebuke and chasten. So you're gonna know the people that he loved because they're gonna be catching hell. Like we out here, the prophets and the teachers, that they Yahweh Shem Yahushua raised up to come out here and put this word out here. We suffering, man. We getting by, but we're catching hell, big hell. We're suffering, but we still laboring doing the work. Because we're trying to be faithful and do it to the end. Because that's the whole mission. So, he said, as many as I love, I rebuke and chasten. Be zealous, therefore, and repent. Behold, I stand at the door, and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him, and will sup with him, and he with me. To him that overcometh will I grant to sit with me in my throne, even as I also overcame, and am set down with my Father in his throne. Now, how did he overcome? How did he overcome? He suffered. He suffered. He suffered, and through his suffering, man, he was able to overcome death, man. He was able to overcome the world that he was living in, and now he's telling you to do the same thing. We just got to be diligent, man. We got to be diligent. And I'm gonna continue to read on. And then it says, to him that overcometh will I grant to sit with me in my throne, even as I also overcame, and am set down with my Father in his throne. He that have an ear, let him hear what the Spirit said unto the churches. So this is the message that he has given unto us, the churches. And I'm gonna keep going. And this is, and I'm gonna continue on. This is the 6th chapter, Revelations, and I'm starting at the top. And these are the seals, And then it says, and I saw. It said the first seal, and it said, and I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals, and I heard as it were the noise of thunder, and one of the 4 beasts said, come and see. And I saw. And behold, a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer. Okay? Now, that was the first seal. Now this is the second seal. It said that when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, "Come and see." And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. So, and I'm not sure, but I would imagine this is where we at right now in the beginning of this second seal right here. Because the way everything is set up right now is in this world is, man, everybody is geared up to kill each other. Everybody is set up to murder each other. You know? So and I'm gonna keep reading on. And this is the third seal. You know, this hasn't came yet. This is the famine. It said that when he opened the third seal, I heard the third beast say, "Come and see." And I beheld, and lo, a black horse, and he that sat on him had a pair of balances in his hand, which is, you know, I guess judgment scales. And I heard a voice in the midst of the four beasts say, "A measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny. And see thou hurt not the oil and the wine." So basically, he was telling you that the food and the rations of food and drink and everything is going to be non-existent almost. And the little food that is going to be there is going to be so expensive that you know Jake ain't going to be able to afford it. You know what Jake going to have to do to get it. We're going to have to wait till Esau back and knock Esau upside his head to get it. You know? And so, and this is the fourth seal. This is death. It says, and when he had opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth beast say, "Come and see." And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth, to kill with sword and with hunger and with death and with beasts of the earth. And this is all part of Jacob's trouble. This is all part of the shit that we're going to have to endure through. You know, with our children, with our loved ones, you know. It's going to be hard enough just being by yourself, you know. It's going to be a lot of loss. It's going to be a lot of sadness, you know. But these are the times. The scripture said that there's no time like it, the time of Jacob's trouble. And this is the fifth seal, the martyrs. And when he had opened the fifth seal, I saw under the altar the souls of them that were slain for the word of Yahweh, and for the testimony which they held. And they cried with a loud voice, saying, "How long, O Yahweh, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth?" And white robes were given unto every one of them. And that's the white raiment that I was talking about in the beginning. And it was said unto them that they should rest yet for a little season, unto their fellow servants also, and their brethren that should be killed as they were, should be fulfilled. So basically what it's telling you, man, it's going to be a lot of us that's going to get killed. That's a lot of people that's going to be elect, that's going to be murdered in the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua for preaching his word and for keeping and refusing to chip and all this other stuff, man. You know? And that's all true. Hold on 1 second. Nyla, bring my cord. Yeah, man, because if you think about it, man, it's like, you know, it's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna be martyred in the name of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. That's gonna refuse this devil on every level, and this devil is gonna take our life, man. You know, because we're gonna be living outside of society, man. Once this chip is set up, man, we're gonna be living outside of society, and it's gonna be hell to pay, man. It's gonna be rough, man. It's gonna be rough, and people think it's a joke, man, but it ain't no joke. It is not a joke, man, because out of everything that we're doing, man, and then it's gonna and I don't want people to get it misunderstood. It's gonna be some people. It's gonna be some brothers that's out here that's preaching this truth that you see all the time. That's preaching the truth, and they're gonna get killed. And they ain't gonna get killed by Esau. They're not gonna be martyred. They're gonna be judged. You know, it's a difference. You know, if you die preaching the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushai at the hand of your oppressor, at the hand of these fuckers that's got us oppressed, that's got power over us. If we die under them, then we're going to be martyred. But if you die, if you just get killed, you know, a motherfucker run up on you and hit you with the tech, and you get killed, you know, that's just your ass. You know, that's just you. You know, you lost your life. You know, man, it's a lot going on, man. Hold on one second. Hey, Nyla. Hold on one second. Yeah, man, it's a whole lot, man. It's a lot to go through, man. People, you know, there's a lot of misconceptions about, you know, how things are gonna go and how things are gonna be carried out in the scriptures, you know. But one thing people do need to know is that if you want to know the truth, man, you gotta listen to the prophets, man. You gotta listen to the teachers, man, because we know. We know what's going to happen. We know how it's going to happen according to the scriptures, because we know how to break down the word of the Most High. And that's one of the most important things. So, you know, so when we talk about the hour of temptation, man, the hour of temptation entails having, you know, like I told you, man, Esau gonna try to force this chip on us, man. He's gonna try to force it's gonna be a lot of shit. Like they fucking us around with our food, you know, with what we eating, you know. Like we go to the store, we try to buy clean foods. We try to buy beef and clean fish and stuff like that to eat, right? And vegetables. Well, you don't know what you're getting. Because Esau's fucking with the food, and like I told you, man, Esau doing this to the food was prophesied in Ezekiel a long time ago. You know, back in those days, man, we killed animals, we slaughtered animals, we ate food, you know, whatever. But he said in this siege, in this captivity that we in, it would be different. We would eat meat by weight. We would drink water by weight, you know, and our food would be defiled. And right now, and let me tell you what's different from the biblical days. When we go to buy meat, you know, and I ain't even gonna say the biblical days, even the old days, you know, back in the 40s and the 50s and the 60s, they weren't selling meat by weight. You would buy it by the animal. You would buy the animal, cut the animal up, and do what you need to do with the animal. But now they sell it by weight. $3.99, $6.99 a pound, you know, according to the scriptures. That's what the scripture said they was gonna do here. Okay, and that's what they doing. You know, they selling us meat by weight, water, they're selling to us by measure. Let me get the scripture out of here real quick. Because I'm quoting it, but I'm not saying it verbatim, and I gotta hit it off right. And yeah, because okay, yeah, here you go. This is Ezekiel 4:9. And it says, take thou also unto thee wheat and barley, and beans, and lentils, and millet, and fishes, and put them in one vessel, and make thee bread thereof, according to the number of the days that thou shalt lie upon thy side. 390 days shalt thou eat thereof. And thy meat which thou shalt eat shall be by weight, 20 shekels a day. From time to time shalt thou eat it. Thou shalt drink also water by measure, the sixth part of a hin. From time to time shalt thou drink. And thou shalt eat it as barley cakes, and thou shalt bake it with dung that cometh out of a man in their sight. And the Lord said, even thus shall the children of Israel eat their defiled bread amongst the Gentiles, whither I will drive them. So, basically what the scripture is telling you is that our food and our drink, not only would it be defiled, we would eat and drink defiled water and food by measure. Now, if you think about what's going on today, is our water defiled? Yes. It's filled with lead, calcium, and all other crazy stuff. Pharmaceutical companies dumping estrogen in it, our men turning gay. Our water's defiled. Yes, it's defiled. You know? Is our meat defiled? Yes. Esau is putting pork and turkey, pork and beef, pork and chicken. It's adding. I bought some sausage one day. Had to take them back. It was some beef sausage with pork casings. What kind of shit is that? You know, I mean, they just defile the food, man. And like I told you, they just start having meat by weight. You know, and even back in the 60s, they sold meat per animal. They'll say the animal, you know. Even my grandmother used to buy the animal, you know, and have it cut up, you know, and they'll sell it to you for a price. It wasn't no by weight, pound, or nothing like that. So, yeah, they sell it and water by measure, it says. Let me make sure that's what it says. And it says, you shall also drink water by measure, the sixth part of a hin. From time to time shalt thou drink. So, yeah, if you're drinking water by measure, you got to understand, where we get our water, the water is not free. They are charging us for water. They are charging us for defiled water. Water that Yahweh Shem Yahushua gave every living thing on this planet. They charge us for it though. And they give it to you and they measure that water. That's how they charge you. They charge you per gallon or per meter or whatever, however they got it going. But you're charged. Even if when you go into the store and buy bottled water, that water is measured out. You know? Been the biblical days you didn't do that. You just go to a well and you drop the damn bucket and you just drink, you know? You know, and it is what it is. You know, so all of this stuff was prophecy. And then it says that our siege will be 390 days plus 40 days. And the scripture said that every day should be like a year. So that's our whole captivity here, right here. So you know it's talking about us. So, you know, let me get back to the, I'm gonna get back to the what's the name? I'm gonna get back to the seals. Yeah, because man, it's been on my spirit real heavy to talk about this period of time, man. You know, because this is like the beginning of Jacob's trouble, man. This is the hour of temptation, man. This is when you're gonna see everybody gonna be tempted, you know, because they're gonna be mostly tempted to take the mark of the beast, man, and that's that chip, you know. They're gonna be tempted to do any and everything that Esau got going on, right? Esau gonna come up with a whole bunch of new shit. You know, they've already broke the mold for doing a lot of wicked ass shit. Now they're gonna put it into rotation, and either you're gonna roll with it or you're not. You know. There's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna roll with it because they don't want to be singled out, man. They don't want to be. Motherfuckers don't understand, man. You know this world is over with anyway. So you know ain't no sense of trying to sell out the Most High, trying to keep your life in this world. You're not supposed. You're not supposed to love this life, man. You're supposed to hate it. Okay, now let me get back to this shit, man. This is the real stuff, man. And I was at the fifth seal of the martyrs, right? Okay, and I'm gonna keep going. I was at the end of it, and it said the white robes were given unto every one of them, and it was said unto them that they should rest yet for a little season until their fellow servants also and their brethren that should be killed as they were should be fulfilled. So all the people that got martyred in the name of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai, they still waiting. They waiting. And what they waiting on is waiting on the rest of us that's going to be martyred to get martyred so that, we could raise up. And then this is the sixth seal. This is terror. And I beheld when he had opened the sixth seal, and lo, there was a great earthquake. And the sun became black as sackcloth of hair. And the moon became as blood. And the stars of heaven fell unto the earth, even as a fig tree casteth her untimely figs, when she is shaken of a mighty wind. And the heaven departed as a scroll when it is rolled together. And every mountain and island were moved out of their place. And the kings of the earth, and the great men, and the rich men, and the chief captains, and the mighty men, and every bondman, and every free man, hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us, and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb, for the great day of his wrath is come, and who shall be able to stand? So this is going to be a time of fear and trembling, You see some shit like that, I don't give a fuck if you think you're the elect or not, you're going to be scared. I know I would. And it said, and after these things I saw four angels standing on the four corners of the earth, holding the four winds of the earth, that the wind should not blow on the earth, nor on the sea, nor on any tree. And I saw another angel ascending from the east, having the seal of the living power. And he cried with a loud voice to the four angels to whom it was given to hurt the earth and the sea, saying, hurt not the earth, neither the sea, nor the trees, till we have sealed the servants of our power in their foreheads. So that's the 144,000, or the 144,000. And it said, and I heard the number of them which were sealed, and they were sealed 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. Okay? And then it said, of the tribe of Judah were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Reuben were sealed 12,000. And of the tribe of Gad were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Asher were sealed 12,000. Of the tribe of Naphtali were sealed 12,000. And of the tribe of Manasseh were sealed 12,000. And of the tribe of Simeon was sealed 12,000. And of the tribe of Levi was sealed 12,000. And of the tribe of Issachar was sealed 12,000. And of the tribe of Zebulun was sealed 12,000. And of the tribe of Joseph was sealed 12,000. And of the tribe of Benjamin was sealed 12,000. And then it says, and after this I beheld, and lo, a great multitude which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds of people and tongues, stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hand, and cried with a loud voice, saying, salvation to our power, which sitteth upon the throne and unto the Lamb. Now let me stop right there. Did you hear it say of all kindreds of tongues and of nations? Okay, you got to understand what that means. Man, the Most High scattered our people to the four corners of the earth. So that means in every fucking city, town, province, country on this planet, there's Israelites there, whether they look like me and you or not. We got to judge things through the spirit. Spiritually, you'll know your brother, And so we to judge things through the spirit. So it's going to be some people that's going to look like white folks. That's going to be in that number. That's going to be of the elect. There's going to be people that look like Moab, like the Chinese man. That's going to be of that number, of the elect. It's going to be people that look like African booty scratchers. That's going to be of that number. It's going to be people that look of every nation that's going to come out of that number. And it's going to look like a whole different lot of people, but it's not. Those are the children of Israel. Because guess what? You are the seed of your father. You know, our people could look like anybody right now. He said, the Most High said, my heritage is upon me as a speckled bird. So basically what that means is our people are different shades and different colors now because of the mixing of the nations, you know, and the taking of strange wives and stuff like that. Our people are looking more, it's hard to say who's who. So you have to judge everything through the spirit. So let me get back to that part. And then it says, after this I beheld, lo, a great multitude which no man could number, of all nations and kindreds and people and tongues stood before the throne and before the Lamb, clothed with white robes and palms in their hands, and cried with a loud voice, saying, salvation to our power, which sitteth upon the throne, and unto the Lamb. And all the angels stood round about the throne, and about the elders and the four beasts, and fell about the throne, and about the elders and the four beasts, and Salakia fell before the throne on their faces, and worshiped Yahweh, saying, Amen. Blessings and glory, and wisdom, and thanksgiving, and honor, and power, and might be unto our power forever and ever. Amen. And one of the elders answered, saying unto me, what are these which are arrayed in white robes? And whence came they? See, this elder was trying to figure out, what the fuck these people? Who the fuck is these people? These don't look like our people. Cause it's gonna be hard for them to. It's gonna be hard to believe that this guy's a Jake, man, because he don't look like us. But you can't judge us by our skin complexion. There's a lot of our people that look like me and you. That ain't us. That's not. That's white. That's Edomites that come from the line of Esau. You know, through the raping and slavery of our women. You know, this was made it back and back. You can't judge it by the corrupted flesh we in. And so it said, and of the elders answered, saying unto me, what are these which are arrayed in white robes? And whence came they? And I said unto him, Sir, thou knowest. And he said to me, they are they which came out of great tribulation, and have washed their robes, and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. Therefore are they before the throne of Yahweh, and serve him day and night in his temple. And he that sitteth on the throne shall dwell among them. They shall hunger no more, neither thirst any more. Neither shall the sun light on them, nor any heat. For the Lamb which is in the midst of the throne shall feed them, and shall lead them unto the living fountains of water. And Yahweh shall wipe away all tears from their eyes. So basically, man, what I'm trying to tell y'all, man, is, you know, I just went through the breaking of the 7 seals, you know, and I'm not sure, but the way things look right now, I say we are at the second, because this is the time when people are lining up to kill each other, but you know, that could be a little premature. But we're gonna wait and see, because you know this is fresh into this race riot stuff. So we'll wait and see. But definitely right now we are in the hour of temptation, because it's gonna come to a point where you're gonna have to take that chip. You know, people trying to put that out of their mind right now, because they don't want to think about that chip. They don't want to think about what's gonna happen if I don't take that chip once it becomes mandatory. Because right now it's voluntary, and people are jumping on it. Now, after so many people get it, because see, they've already switched over to technology. You can, if you took the chip right now today, you can go into Walgreens right now and buy and purchase food or whatever you purchase without having nothing on you, just that chip in your hand. Bloop. Put your PIN number in. Purchase your shit. Because the shit, you know, I mean, it is what it is. They got it set up like this, and they did this under our nose. And I was telling people a few weeks ago, they put the chips, if you notice the chips that's in the card, that's in our debit cards, they put those chips in those cards for nothing. I mean, they put them in there for something, but they put them in there. The reason they put them in there is not to secure your accounts or nothing like that. Hell, I had my money stole off my car and I had a chip on there. Okay? But the reason why they did it though, they put the chip on there so that you can get used to hearing that word chip. The chip card. Oh, you got the chip? You got the chip card? Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, you got the chip card. Oh, you got the chip card. You got to stick the card in the thing. Oh, you got the chip card. They want you to get used to that word chip. Because before that, the word chip sounds dangerous. It sounds deadly. And it sounds like the mark of the beast. So they want it to sound less. They want you over your mind and your ears to get used to hearing that word chip. So when you hear it, you won't be so reluctant to accept that word, chip. So yeah, the chip don't do shit. It's integrated in your car. The only thing good about it to me is when your stripe wear off and your brown stripe that you swipe, when it wear out, you could just stick the motherfucker in there and use the chip. But other than that, they put that out there just to get people saying that word, chip. And now that they've implemented the RFID chip, you know, it don't sound as scary as it sounded before they put the chip card out there. Now because what they're going to do is they're going to get rid of cash. It's going to be no more cash. They're already eliminating cash right now, slowly but surely. And there's going to be no more debit cards. All your shit going to be on that chip. No more ID cards, no more Social Security cards, your food stamps, your Social Security checks. All that shit is going to come on that, it's going to be direct deposit to that chip. And when you go to the ATM, you put your arm to that motherfucker, tap your number in there, get your shit. It is what it is, man. And that's how they finna have it going, man. You know, so it's gonna come a time, man. You know that you're gonna be tempted right now at this time more than any time in your entire life. You're gonna be tempted. This devil is gonna tempt you into doing shit. And not just no particular shit, anything, man. I mean, it's gonna be a wide variety of shit that Esau got lined up right now, and they're gonna tempt us into following the trend, you know. And you gotta say no. You gotta be faithful to death, man. You know, if that's what it takes, you know. Because there's a lot of us that's incarcerated. Our people that's incarcerated right now. Woe unto them, man. Because if they don't get out real soon, they're gonna get chipped in there, or they're gonna be martyred in there. Either way, you know. And I don't know too many of them that's gonna not take that chip. There's gonna be a lot of them brothers in jail gonna take that chip because a lot of them gonna get offered freedom to take that chip. And you've been sitting in that motherfucker jail 30 years, 20 years, 10 years, 5 years, hell, 5 minutes. And the motherfucker say, all you gotta do is take this chip and you free. Pew. Because all they thinking about is what they missing in the world. If you ever been locked up, you know, that's all you think about when you go to jail. Is what you missing in the world. What your girl doing. Who she fucking. You know, what you could be doing if you was out there. You know, just little shit, you know, that go through your mind. You know. But, yeah, I just wanted to come out and I wanted to do a little sit down, man, because it's gonna be hard for me to get sleep, even though it might look like I'm tired, it might sound like I'm tired. But man, I don't. Let me see what time it is. It's 1:40, man. I'll probably be up to about 3 o'clock, man, before I actually get some sleep, man. There's a lot of brothers that's in the truth, man, and sisters that's afflicted in the same way. You know, it's hard for them to get to sleep, man. Hard for them to get rest. You know, but that's a part of our curses, man. A part of our torment, man. We just got to deal with it. You know, then we got to turn around and go to work, and we got to do this and that, and, you know, it's a lot, man. You know, but, you know, like he say, man, like the Messiah said, he chastised, hold on, what did he say? Let me bring that back. Bring that back. I gotta say that. He said, he said, as many as I love, I rebuke and chasten. So, a lot of people think that because you come into some money, or you come into this or that, shit start looking up for you a little second, you know. That's, you know, I mean, Yahweh will bless you with the things that you need. But more so than anything, he's gonna He's gonna rebuke you, man. He's gonna put some suffering under your ass, you know. And if you ever wonder, you know, y'all in this truth, y'all know what I'm talking about. The Most High bless you. He'll hit you, boom, hit you with some nice little change or whatever, or a nice job, or you might get a nice car, and then everything will go good for about 2-3 weeks, and then bam, shit'll start drying up. Then shit'll start going bad, and then you'll be suffering for another month, and then it'll go back good for a little while. Then it'll go back bad. It's no, you know, I don't know too many people that been on their job 50, 60 years. That's an Israelite. It's some, you know, because it's always exception. It's but for the majority of us, we switching jobs every 2 months. Every month we got a new job. You know, I know y'all just seen me on here at work or doing videos or whatever, and then it's been a different place every time you see me, because you can't. I mean, this is how it's working, man. This is how it's working. This is how it's set up, man. You know, the Most High, man. He's gonna. If you living it up, you got a lot to worry about. You got a lot to worry about. If you living it up, you should be worried, because you know the curse is gonna be prevalent amongst His chosen. And then it says, I need to show you. I need to say this one more time before I go. It says, this is Revelations. This is Revelations 3 and 15. It said, I know thy work, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would thou wert cold or hot. So then, because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. Because thou sayest, I am rich and increase with goods and have need of nothing, and knowest not that thou art wretched and miserable and poor and blind and naked. So he's saying that you motherfuckers act like y'all don't need y'all Bashem Yahushua, or you have no need of him, or you don't need to do nothing because you got what all you need. You don't need him, you know. But he don't realize that shit you got is nothing. He said you don't realize that you are poor, wretched, and worthless and naked and blind. And then he says, and then after that he says, I counsel thee to buy of me gold tried in the fire, which is, you know, us, you know. And then it says that thou mayest be rich, and with white raiment, that thou mayest be clothed, and that the shame of thy nakedness do not appear, and anoint thy eyes with eye salve, that thou mayest see. You know. So don't think that because you got a little paper, you got a little something, don't think that that's how the Most High is working. Yeah, he gonna hit you with a little something here and there to keep you going, but he gonna keep them curses popping on your ass. He gonna keep it going. Them curses gonna be popping for real. You know? He says, as many as I love, I rebuke and chasten. So that's you gonna see more of that than anything. You know? So he just told you. You think you rich? You think you balling in need of nothing? That you are increased with goods? He said, but you don't realize that your ass is broke, worthless, wretched, naked, and blind. You know? He said, but I counsel thee to buy me gold. Hold on. I love that verse. I do. I love it. Because the Messiah was checking you. He said, I counsel thee to buy of me gold tried in the fire. He said, you know, he said that thou mayest be rich. You know, so if the Most High already said that we will be tried as gold is tried, as elect, and refined as silver is refined. When that happens, if you got gold and you got silver, and you try it in the fire, what's going to happen to that gold or silver? Nothing. It's just going to purify it. It's going to knock the bullshit and whatever chemicals they try to put in it. It's going to knock that off. It's going to purify it. But that's the same thing he's talking about us, because this flesh we got is corrupted. And when them missiles hit and we get tried in that fire, because we're gonna see that lake of fire. But all it's gonna do is refine us, as as gold is refined. You know, refine us as silver is refined, and try as gold is tried. And after it tries, then we're gonna be our pure spirits, man. You know, and people don't get it. We're gonna be our pure spirits there. You know, and this is what it's talking about. And then the precept to that is flesh and blood cannot inherit the kingdom of heaven. That's the precept to that, you know. And that answers the question right there, because, you know, it said flesh and blood cannot, you're not gonna go to the kingdom like this. You can't take this bullshit ass flesh with you. This lying ass flesh. You can look at this flesh, and depending on who it's on, you won't know who the fuck they is. You won't know if they're your brother, or if they're Edomite, or if they're your enemy. Cause yeah, it's Edomites that look just like this or blacker. It's white people that look white, that's your brother. It's Chinese people that you might see, that's your brother. But because of the characteristics and the mixing of the races, you can't tell. Hell, if I made it with a Chinese motherfucker right now and had a son, and I was like, fuck that little nigga, and I'm over there in the army or something, and I freak on one of them Chinese girls have a son, and he grow up, he gonna more than likely freak on him another Chinese girl. They're gonna have a baby. Baby gonna look a little more Chinese. If they have a son, he gonna freak on the Chinese, and the baby gonna look all the way Chinese. Then after one more generation, you'll never know that he came from me. So this is what the Bible, when it says confusion of face, this is confusion of face. You can't judge on the flesh. You cannot judge people by the flesh. All things are judged through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So, yeah, man, I'm not going to keep y'all up all night, man, because I'm having a moment where I can't take my ass to sleep. But I just want to give all praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And I want to give double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. And I want to give honors and salutations to the Akim that's out pushing the truth and sincerity to the four corners. Just want to say shalom.